Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we're hearing news stories that the creator of the 13 Keys, a book which generally became a ultimate success into predicting presidential elections by Allan Lichtman, is becoming to be more of a topic, mainly because we're getting closer to 2024. I don't know if I've done 13 keys in the past in action, but today we're just going to be talking about it and kind of go over the 13 keys and what that really means. But the thing, I'm not surprised, by the way, Allan Lichtman, who is supposed to be the staunch professor in, as you know, how to win elections, etc., is predicting a Biden victory. And reason why he's doing that, he's saying, is Biden's the incumbent president. He doesn't take into account his approval rating. He doesn't take into account that Trump is generally more favored than Biden. He doesn't take into account that Biden has lost a huge portion of his base and Trump is gaining in areas like young voters and minority groups. They don't take into account on that. He doesn't take into account. And as he must have thought about doing the 13 keys himself, here are the 13 keys to the White House. The party mandate, as you know, after the midterm elections, the incumbent party holds more seats in the U.S. House of Representatives than after the previous midterm elections. Well, in 2022, we did get a majority, but it wasn't what the polls were kind of saying. So technically, we did overcome what people thought would be a blue wave year after January 6th. But it does show that Biden's corruption and unpopularity is what gave the Republican Party the House of Representatives in the first place, if that makes sense. No primary contest. There is no serious contest for the incumbent party nomination. Well, guess what? There is a serious we did have as you know, both primaries. We had Dean Phillips, and he's generally a congressman. He was very weak. He only gained 3 delegates to the national convention, winning no contest, but he did win 515,616 votes. Good, okay. You also got RFK Jr., who withdrew. These are early votes, I want to believe. Then there are, as you know, Marianne Williamson, not a major candidate, and also Jason Palmer. But the thing is, you take a look, that Biden is losing votes to as you know, an uncommitted option. That's not a good sign. That shows us that, hey, there's a major problem with your party. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is gaining votes running unopposed, being the only qualified candidate on the ballot. With all the others withdrew, Donald Trump has way more popular vote than Joe Biden by 2 million more votes than Biden. Sure, it's not by much, but look at Biden. He's being challenged. Trump isn't. It does say a lot. And to know that Biden did lose a contest. People in American Samoa did not get out and vote. Biden wins by 51 votes. I mean, Jason Palmer won 51 votes, thus winning the primary against Joe Biden, who only carried 40. Okay? So when it comes to the primary contest, yes, you got Nikki Haley challenging. You got Ron DeSantis on the Republican side, but that isn't a primary of where there is a no incumbent president. No incumbent president. And I wouldn't call Nikki Haley a major candidate, guys. I think Bill Weld is more major than her. But look at just overall. Yeah, she did get 97. She didn't get 100, though. We act like she does. But that is something to keep in mind. Incumbent is seeking re-election. The incumbent party candidate is the sitting president. Well, guess what? Donald Trump ran for re-election. He lost. In fact, Donald Trump is one of the 11 presidents in the United States that lost re-election. Breaking news. But Trump's approval rating was much higher than Joe Biden's, believe it or not. In fact, during the COVID-19 pandemic, his approval rating rebounded for a little bit, but dropped as the pandemic went on. Overall, Biden is down to almost 30%. That's not good. This would be, if Biden wins this would be the very first time a United States president won re-election with a record low approval rating. Amazing. So that is when it comes to that. No third party. I tell you what, there's going to be lots of third parties. We have Cornel West. We have RFK Jr. We legitimately think, oh, they're not going to poll double digits. That may be the case. But guess what? It's still going to take away votes. I tell you that. They're still going to take away votes. Go back to 2016. Trump won the election thanks to multiple third parties splitting each other. Let's take a look at this is the Constitution. We got a lot of third parties. Independent ticket, Evan McMullen. Oh yeah, that's the socialism. But yeah. But as you know, you should know, these are the election results. 3.28% of the popular vote. That's pretty good. And overall, you're on the ballot in pretty much everywhere. Which is the case. But yeah, you got to pay to be on that ballot. So most likely RFK is going to be on the ballot in several states. That's enough to make a dent. We want the same with Cornel West. We want Cornel West to be on the ballot in most, I would say, liberal, like most swing states for sure. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, etc. We want him to be there. A strong short-term economy. The economy is not in a recession during the election campaign. Well, guess what? I can tell you we are in a recession. Instead, we're in stagflation. Right? We're in a period of stagflation. This is pretty much a depression. We're in a recession. And guess what? The Biden administration won't hold accountability to that. They'll say, no, it's not. I identify it as a good economy. Since you think it's good, that doesn't mean it is good. Strong short-term economy. The economy, yes. The strong long-term economy. Real per capita economic growth during the term equals or extends mean growth during the previous two terms. So yes, economic growth during the terms. We have this number 5 and number 6 is for Trump for sure. Biden does not take credit for this. Major policy change. The incumbent administration affects major changes in national policy. Well, guess what? he has got credit for nothing. What are those major changes of national policy? Woke stuff, right? Woke garbage. Like, I mean, the big thing Biden could get credit for doing is waving the LGBT flag in military bases. But that's pretty much the only so-called, I would say, major policy. It's not even major. So no social unrest. I'll tell you, this was the case around 7 months ago. I said, well, this would go for Biden. Well, seeing that we have the pro-Palestine movement just raiding universities, Washington State University, Columbia State University, and just riots everywhere. And they're not. It's not like George Floyd or anything. It's directed to some sort of public event where chaos erupts. And I'm sorry, that is counted as an unrest. So there is no sustained social unrest during the term. No scandal. The incumbent administration is untainted by a major scandal. Well, we know Joe Biden is obtained in many scandals. Example, the documents he held in his garage as senator, where he got away scot-free because of his old age. Realistically, if Biden was a capable man, he may have got indicted for that. No foreign military failure. We had many. Afghanistan, right? And although there is, I would say, some sort of adding a key into there's wars, right? Under Biden was supposed to watch like eagle, make sure Russia didn't invade Ukraine. What did Russia do? He invaded Ukraine. Russia was supposed to make sure Iran wasn't picking on Israel. What did Iran do? Attacked Israel. It's simple logic. Am I right? Am I not right? So yes, poor success. Charismatic incumbent. The incumbent party candidate is charismatic or a national hero. He's not. He's hated by moderates. He's hated by the far left. He's hated by the conservatives. He's hated by everyone. He's not a hero. Forget it. An uncharismatic challenger. The challenging party is not charismatic or a national hero. Ding, ding, ding. That's probably one thing that is right. So, that comes to explain. We're not going to go in full definition, but that does explain of the 13 keys. And there's also a reason why Allan Lichtman is going to say Biden's going to win. He's a Democrat, number one. And number two, he wants to support his base, right? He wants to say, hey, look at me. I'm a very influential election predictor. And I'm predicting that Joe Biden will win against Donald Trump. While in the end of the day, we have Mr. Lichtman's own invention countering his statement. Mr. Lichtman, you created the 13 keys. And these 13 keys are all 13 of them are slamming you down. I found no key that showed and displayed a Biden key or a Biden win. You're screwed. Biden is screwed. Now, apply that to Trump. He probably thinks, oh, the indictments. Well, guess what? The indictments, yes, it probably will influence. It probably will take away some votes, but he, along with the whole base of the Democratic Party, thinks they're all going to hit the toe to Biden campaign. Why should they go for Biden? They don't like him either. My concern is they're just not going to vote. Guys, why should I participate in an election? where the two people running I don't like. It's best for me to keep my plans and enjoy my day and my life at home or with family than standing in a line and voting for a candidate that I don't like. Expect low turnout. And not only that, divide that with the people that do vote, but just for third party. Then again, add Trump's impeachments and his indictments. That wouldn't be enough to beat his own 13 keys, his very own invention. So what do you guys think? Let me, if the 13 key, if you go and say the 13 keys aren't realistic or aren't reliable, and there have been a lot of people that say that, but when I hear Democrats say that, you're automatically slamming and insulting Allan Lichtman, who is a political genius. And I will tell you, they rather defend Joe Biden and his ability to win than Allan Lichtman's invention. They'll call the 13 keys slanderous, untruthful, just over the top, misinformation, misleading. They'll do that. If it displays a Trump win, they'll do that. But if it displays a Biden win, they'll cheer it on. The 13 keys says Biden will win by a lot. Well, the 13 keys says that Trump will win by a lot. I think he's going to win all 13. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.